Dude, the best line in the movie where I like had to pause it because I was choking of laughter when he talks. Chris Evans is walking into the house and he's talking to the girl and he goes, I liked your other haircut better. Made you made you less of a bitch.
Pizza time. Pizza time. Pizza time.
You like pizza time?
Pizza time.
What's up, Alex? How is your weekend going?
My weekend's great. It's been a hell of a weekend. Lots of new things coming out, obviously, and Comic-Con and but that's not what we're talking about today, is it? No,
it's not. It is SDCC weekend has come back. However,
yes, it's back.
For those who maybe didn't have access to SDCC this weekend, there were some cool stuff you could have catched in theaters and on streaming. No,
yes,
I think so. Which we did.
I think so. Yes.
I think, yeah. So what we're going to go over in this episode are two movies. The big one being Nope, Jordan Peele's next movie that we saw in theaters.
Yeah.
We're going to give you our review, and The Gray Man, which came out on Netflix. And that's the new Russo Brothers, Chris Evans, Ana de Armas, Ryan Gosling action thriller that came out on Netflix, and they were both available for our viewing pleasure this weekend. And we both have seen them, and we're going to give you our thoughts on them. I think this is going to be interesting. These are two very different movies, yet I feel like there's been there's been some excitement about them, and they're both at different platforms, and I have very different thoughts on both of them. I don't know about you.
So do
you do?
I.
Okay.
Yeah, I do.
Unlike normally, I don't know what Alex thinks about either of these movies yet.
No.
And he doesn't know mine. Well, you know a little bit about mine.
Right. We made the call earlier this week to say, let's not do what we typically do and ruin each other's reviews of the movie before we actually talk on what people listen to. So yeah, we held it back for this. Yeah, so
it's so true. Yeah,
hold our excitement down here for it. So yeah,
if nobody knew, like, yeah, I mean, to no one's surprise, I'm sure, but it's very hard for Alex and I to withhold talking to each other after watching anything, almost anything.
Especially like about any sort of medium, like a video game.
Absolutely,
anything, really. It's crazy hard. So yeah, this is gonna be fun.
It's gonna be fun. So let's just get into it. You ready?
Okay, I'm ready.
All right, let's start off with Nope. Nope is the third film in Jordan Peele's so far. It's not really a trilogy, but he's done a trifecta, I guess I would say, of horror films, horror thrillers. The first one being the big, huge, his magnum opus as of now is still Get Out.
Get Out, yeah.
Which came out back in what year was that? 2017?
I was gonna say 2016, but
could be. Let me just look at it. What's that movie? 2017.
You're right. Okay.
And during a time where we had no clue how Peele as a director would be, he clearly comes from comedy. He used to be on Mad TV. Then he did P and Keel, the brilliant comedy sketch show if you haven't seen. And then he went on to critical acclaim. A lot of people think that it's like one of the best horror films ever made. He was a visionary. He was given all these names from it. And I would tend to agree. I loved Get Out a lot. Maybe not as much as some people are sort of putting that on a pedestal. But it was extremely well done movie. I assume you liked it too. That was made off of $4 million. It made $255 million at the box office. Holy shit.
It was great. It was a wonderful movie. Obviously, it put Peele on the map in terms of directing for a reason, right?
Peele on the map, baby. It did. And because of that, his next movie was highly, highly anticipated. And so that was Us, which came out 2 years later in 2019. When that trailer dropped, man, I mean, first of all, it was a brilliant premise, I thought. And I was like, okay, all right. We're not messing with someone who's just taking this for granted. He clearly has a great, he's a true filmmaker. He loves filmmaking and he wrote it as well. I would say I thought it was weaker than Get Out for sure. I don't think this was also fairly critically acclaimed. But I didn't love the way that it ended necessarily, and I thought it was good, not great.
Yeah.
And how about you? Quick thoughts?
Yeah, I thought I think pretty much the same. You know, it was. It had some really cool parts, and the idea was really cool, but I don't think it stuck the landing the way I hoped it did. Maybe it worked for other people,
It did,
but
obviously.
yeah, I just kind of it fell a little flat to me. Maybe my expectations are too high coming off of Get Out. But I mean, there was a lot of buildup for that movie. But yeah, Us was not my. It's still Get Out over Us.
Absolutely, I agree with you. And 93% though, Us has certified fresh. 93%. That's freaking high. That's a really good score.
That is amazing score. Yeah,
incredible score. Plenty of accolades. I mean, I think some people have a hard time picking if Get Out or Us is their favorite Jordan Peele movie. So I think it's safe to say critically and audience acclaimed is Jordan Peele. Now, here we are, 2022. Nope is out in theaters. It is his third film, and I would say, pretty much equal expectations for this one. Obviously, having come off those two great films, as some would say, and I would agree. Obviously, you know, when you're given names like Visionary, and he also I forgot he also did he was given the Twilight Zone that was up for 2 seasons, which I didn't love at all. I honestly thought it was so bad. Honestly, I thought it was bad.
Yeah, it was not
so bad.
It didn't work at all.
It didn't work.
That's a very hard thing to redo. There's been a lot of remakes or tried to recapture the Rod Sterling voice and all that stuff. That it just doesn't work without him. I don't think.
So he tried. He did a good. I think he did. He tried his best for sure.
There's like one episode where I think it's like the season finale of the first season or maybe the second season that I just happened to see where the main character is actually Jordan Peele. He's actually realizing he's narrating his own existence, and it's kind of like this kind of meta moment. And I was like, hey, that's cool, man. That's
pretty cool. I didn't even know that. I didn't.
That's
watch
like
that
the only
part.
one that's the only episode that worked in my opinion.
Really? Interesting. I literally quit after about 4 episodes. I was like, dude, the first episode, I thought I was done, but I was like, okay, just wait. Watch the next. Give him 3.
Yeah.
And they were all not good. I was like, okay. And then in this case, I was like, I wasn't really sure if Peele was really. I don't know if his skills were as being praised as much as maybe what his movies meant to Hollywood in general, more so.
Right.
Not that it's bad. I was like questioning whether or not this was true. Now that we're at Nope and I've seen it, I will have to say that notion has only gotten stronger because Nope was quite the disappointment to me. I think it's his weakest film for sure, hands down. I don't think it's a bad film by any stretch of the imagination, but at the same time, it is, because I thought the narrative just did not come together at all by the end of the movie. So I ended up really not liking it. I thought it was a huge disappointment. What are your thoughts?
I would agree, actually. I didn't love this movie. I felt at the end of it, he sacrificed too much of the metaphors that he was trying to get at for the characters. I feel like you wasted Daniel Kaluuya. You wasted Keke Palmer. Like, nobody actually, there was no character development throughout the movie.
There's no character development
at all. And that's my biggest problem.
I agree.
With it. Like the spectacle parts are cool.
Right.
And like, I get the message he's trying to say.
Premise.
Be submissive. Like, be submissive to the man, or if you're, it's no secret. The creature's a big white thing terrorizing minorities. Like, it's not. You get it. But like, it's. And I just ruined that. The flying saucer's a big
spoiler
white
alert.
Thing. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, that was the big twist in the movie.
Also didn't like that either. But
that was weird.
I agree. But like, be submissive. Be submissive to the higher power of whiteness, or all that. You get it. But you do all that, which I think is a fine storyline to take, right? But
it's not bad.
Right. And it's a fine idea to work out, but you do that and you sacrifice the rest. You sacrifice the characters in the movie to I think you put that too forward because there is no character development. The brother's just the brother. Daniel Kaluuya is just Daniel Kaluuya, and he unfortunately, I don't think he makes it till the end of the movie. But I mean, I think that's up for interpretation. If you think he lives or dies,
he lives.
No, there was that.
He's the final shot.
It was in a weird way, though. I think it's a hallucination. I think she's having a hallucination. Oh, see, stuff like that he's great at.
Interesting.
Stuff like that, it's up to you. Like just like us, when they're leaving in the car and the kid is, I think left-handed or something, or right instead of right-handed. Like it's up to your interpretation if the bodies got switched. But like, yeah, here I think the brother's dead. There's no way.
Interesting. Oh wow. I think I just gave up on the movie by then to care.
Yeah, no, I think the brother's
dead. I just took it as face value.
The point I think is that you harpen so hard on this metaphor that you're trying to just kind of get the audience to understand instead of focusing on your really, really great characters. And there's like no character development, and that's the biggest problem with the movie. What about you?
I couldn't agree with you more. I think one of the biggest problems is that it did sacrifice its characters, who I thought were great, who had some pretty good in the first half of the film. Like the first half of the film, I was interested because one, it's tonally different from Us and Get Out.
Yeah, absolutely.
A lot, which I was like, okay, good, great. You're taking it slower. Maybe you're letting it build. I like that. I like that because it's a little less abrasive than the first two. I was like, oh, cool. He's trying something new. I like that.
Yeah.
But as the movie progresses, it's not. That tactic is not meant for anything bigger, unfortunately. And you don't get more of the characters later on. In fact, you said it perfectly. It basically abandons all that in favor of the bigger message. For those who are either confused or don't know. Like the big twist of the movie is that the UFO is really just an animal of some sort.
It's a kaiju.
Yeah. I guess so. It's terrorizing people, kills them. Yeah, you're right. I mean, you're not wrong. That's actually a great point.
Yeah.
It becomes a bit of a kaiju, and that's not and that's the other worst part of the film is that it abandons it for that, but then it doesn't even deliver on that because you don't know anything else about it.
No,
it forms into this like fucking thing, this IKEA sheet thing.
Yeah,
I don't know.
That's a amazing way to put it. It's a fucking IKEA sheet,
which I wasn't scared of it one bit.
No,
I was just like, what the fuck? Okay,
I was. Yeah.
It really falls apart in almost every way. At the end of the movie, I wasn't scared. I wasn't thrilled. I wasn't laughing particularly. I didn't care. And the motivation about, we need to get a picture of this thing as proof, then it will make us rich. A picture? What are you talking about?
Yeah.
That kid, no one's gonna go in the age of media of Photoshop, deep fakes. You think someone's gonna see that picture and go, oh my God, this is a UFO if I've ever seen one.
Right.
What the fuck? What?
Yeah. I completely
What are you talking
agree.
about, Peele?
Yeah.
Like, this is the best you wrote at the end of this movie? Right. No, like that really fell apart. And so, it just failed on almost every front by the end of the film. I didn't care about the characters by the end. I was kind of confused as to what the end goal was. And I wasn't scared. Like, my favorite part of the whole movie was that the alien scene where the boys were dressed up as the aliens. It was a bait and switch where it's like you thought it was the actual alien, and it was the kid. And I love that scene where like it just stays on the reverse of him looking at what's turning on and off the lights, and you kind of see that there's something on the floor, and it like slowly rises up. I was like, holy shit! I was like, what the fuck is this? That was the most genuinely scared I was the entire time in the film. It ends up even being just a red herring, so I was like, oh fuck it, okay.
Yeah,
but that was the best part of the film to me.
If you had sticked with the aliens, it would have been better.
I think so.
I think it would have been better, but you would have had to abandon the metaphor. It would have just had to be a horror film.
but he abandoned the metaphor, right? So it's like, what the fuck? I
That's
don't
a good
understand
point.
what were you trying to do? I don't understand. Like, what was the end goal here? Like, great, it's an animal and it can't be tamed, and it's as you said, it's a metaphor kind of for
it's not going to be oppressed,
submission,
or submissive, or anything like that. That's the metaphor he's trying to make.
But like, big deal, like
something interesting you said at the very beginning of the movie. You're right. Like Keke Palmer's character looks like, oh man, she's only out for herself. She wants to have fame out of the father's death. Like the father dies in a pretty brutal way at the beginning of the movie. But
I know. Oh,
yeah, that was harsh. But like, she's in it for herself, and is oh man, I forget. Kaluuya, is he in it for Kaluuya? Sorry, is he in it for himself? And then when the fries guy comes, and then the dumb photographer, and he takes the things. Everyone's in it for themselves, And there was like there's story there that could have been built upon if you spent more time on the single characters, because characters make the narrative, they enhance it. But I only thought there was one shot where I was like, well, actually the kid flipping the switch, that was pretty. I was like, oh damn, that's actually pretty creepy.
Scene. Yeah, creepy scene.
Kind of signs-ish, when he sees the guy.
And it got me a big laugh because he goes, nope.
Yeah,
I was like, that's funny.
He just leaves. Yeah, it works out.
That's funny.
So that scene, and then the scene when he's after the alien attacks. Was it Kirby's farm? I can't remember his name.
Jupiter's
claim, essentially. Yeah, Gordy's farm. And after pretty much eats everybody.
Well, Gordy's the monkey.
Oh, that's right. I'm sorry.
What's the name of Steven Yeun?
What's Steven Yeun's name? I'm so sorry.
Ricky Park.
Ricky Park.
I just realized that.
My bad. So yeah, he attacks and eats everybody, and they're running back, and basically he gets back, and it's basically dropping all the blood of the people it just ate onto the house. Scene. That was really cool. That was a very creepy fucking scene. Yeah.
I would say that's my second favorite scene. Yes.
Yeah,
I love that
and
scene.
then like the monkey attack is fucking it's harsh. It's brutal.
I'm glad you brought that scene up because besides this, those little scenes, I think one of the more successful parts of the movie, yet again it drops it, is the Gordy Steven Yeun as a kid.
Yeah,
that whole scene with the monkey, attacking the show mates, the crewmates, and his head getting blown up. That was awesome. Yeah. The whole time I was thinking, why couldn't he be like the main story? Like that would have been so cool.
Yeah.
To have him deal with the UFO as a metaphor for his own dealings with the monkey.
Yeah.
But that whole thing's dropped.
Yeah.
I was like, that was the best part. Like that should have been the freaking movie instead of us with these horse tamers, which end up going nowhere.
And again, I think it almost I guess it kind of fits the narrative of being submissive, because this monkey's tired of being submissive, so it just unleashes its power on everybody.
Well, right.
Again, its head fucking
that's a parallel,
off,
right?
But I just was very disappointed in it. I thought the trailers were really well done, and it looked like it would be a pure UFO movie. And then to have the bait and switch and it be a kaiju.
Kaiju.
It's a fucking kaiju. That's what
I
it
love
is.
it. You're the only person who's saying that it is one.
Yeah,
and it is one.
It's a kaiju, really man.
No, it's so true. And I also just was really baffled by some of the narrative choices. His cutting to the slates, the text slates with the horses and the names.
Yeah,
I didn't get that. I was like, what? Why are you doing that?
I don't get it.
It had no narrative purpose.
Yeah,
because typically when you do that shit, you're trying to either insinuate that these pieces will come together somehow, right? Or that they mean something, and they don't. They're just the names of the horses. I'm like, okay, why? Why even have that? And I was really bothered by the fact that it cuts to black a lot.
Yeah.
Why does it randomly cut to black? During a high level moment, it just goes to black. Then it comes back. I'm like, did you not shoot the rest of the scene? I don't understand.
Is that a flash frame?
Tension? Flash frame. Yeah, I just narratively speaking, that was an odd choice in the edit room.
Yeah,
I didn't understand why those were necessary, because they weren't, and they just took me out. I was like, especially when that fucking thing comes at the ranch or after the show, and he kills all those people, or it kills all those people there, and Daniel Kaluuya goes, and like it like right, it's like about to get him.
Yeah.
And he runs underneath the whatever that the overpass, and then it just cuts.
Right.
Like during that moment, I'm like, what?
Yeah.
Why?
Build
Why
tension.
are you cutting?
So he cuts all the tension out.
He literally cuts the tension out.
Cuts the tension out with a black screen.
What's up with that? Like that's really poor choice. That was a very poor choice from a filmmaker who I think makes relatively good choices. Like us what didn't come together, but I thought there was a lot of great choices in that didn't bother me whatsoever. But this took me out. I was like, I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know about that.
For me, it's just the absolute lack of any sort of like narrative and character development. Like even the narrative doesn't make sense. Like, I think you said it. Oh, we're going to take a picture and get rich. That's it? That's the fucking story? That's it.
Yeah, what?
That's all we got. We're going to take a picture and get rich. Like we have nothing else to build a character here. We have nothing else to do. No. It's kind of weird, man.
It's a little weird. I agree with you. It's a really weak. It's just a weak reason.
It's a weak.
When you have
narrative.
such great, we have great characters who had a good, like a really great.
Keke Palmer. Yeah, Keke Palmer's a fantastic actress. I didn't know she could act that good, and she just like wasted. And obviously, we all know Daniel Kaluuya is a major force acting.
He does a great job. I love Daniel Kaluuya in this movie. His character just wasted.
Yeah,
he's awesome.
I completely agree. Yeah,
all the characters here are pretty awesome.
It's just wasted. Is
absolute waste.
Is the nope. One word review. Wasted.
Yeah, nope. I'm sorry. Yeah, it really is. And at the same time, but interestingly enough, there's well, go ahead first.
I was gonna say this does follow the theme of the summer, doesn't it?
Yeah, I think so.
Disappointing.
Disappointment. Yeah, like not necessarily bad movies in any way, but they're disappointing.
Right.
Like weak narratives. Like they don't
weak
stick.
narratives. Yes.
What's going on here?
Thor didn't have a narrative in Thor Love and Thunder. Doctor Strange didn't have a narrative. Like it's God, let's talk about the Jurassic World narrative. There's not a narrative. Like
no, that was expected at least though.
I mean, yeah, I guess that's a good point.
But these movies, I'm like, I definitely expected way more.
Hasn't worked out. Like people forgot about it. And he talks about this movie. He did a lot of interviews talking about the spectacle of this movie and the meaning of spectacle and then how we get too attached to spectacle. But you didn't give us a spectacle in the movie to really cling on to.
Yeah. Yeah. So, no, I agree with that. Yeah. This didn't come together, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But that being said, it's certified fresh, 83%. So it did well with the critics. The audience score is a bit of a different story, though. It's still good at 71%, but that's a lot lower than Us and Get Out. So although overall people are liking it, and some people are loving it, and I can guess why some of these people like it, but I won't go into it. But overall, I think people do. I think overall, some people were disappointed. Most of the people are saying like, yeah, it's good, but some things just didn't come together. And I would say that's fair. I am glad that it didn't get the 90 percentile, because if it did, I'd be like, oh, get the fuck out of here.
It debuted with 90, right? And then it dropped.
It did.
It dropped it dropped fast and quick. Like a lot of people
it dropped fast and quick
to point out that the narrative doesn't come out.
Yeah. This is not the masterpiece or the best of Peele's work thing that some early reviews were trudging it to be. So that's good. I'm glad that some people were quick to be like, well, okay, hold on. Like, if you want to talk Get Out and Us, like this is definitely not as good as those. Like, let's be clear here.
This is a good review here from somebody on the Wall Street Journal. Nope is a good example of how a film turns out when a lauded director proves too fond of his own flourishes to trim the fat, worry about whether his ideas cohere, or to respect the dramatic imperatives of the form in which he is working. So
perfect.
Yeah, like
perfect review.
Like he forgets about the characters. He just wants to tell. Again, I think he gets caught up in telling this metaphor about the world, which again, I think the metaphor is fine. And then like it's not the problem. But like when you,
but it's not enough.
When you say that's the main purpose of the movie,
right,
and you forget about the characters, then your movie takes a dive. Yeah. So, but but with that said, it did have the best opening of an original IP since 2019, opened to 44 million. which isn't amazing, but it's good.
Not amazing, but
Yeah. In a weekend with pretty much no competition, it's a little weak.
It is surprisingly a little weak. Again with Jordan Peele on board here, like that is a little weird to see it. Maybe it was Comic-Con. Maybe people just obviously all the nerds were at Comic-Con.
Yeah,
so,
maybe.
Maybe it's that. I don't know, but that is a little weak. But I'm sure he'll make his money back as we get through these. I don't know if there's any other movies out, to be honest. So,
not next week, I don't think. No. So I think
exactly.
Next week.
It's got runway. It's got runway. So we'll see where it goes. I'm sure it'll do fine. But overall, I think. I mean, that's all I had to say. I think we pretty much hit it. I think we both seem to agree that of its problems, and I think other people saw that too. So again, I wouldn't say don't watch it in a sense, but I wouldn't tell anybody like to expect anything as impactful as Get Out or Us. It definitely doesn't reach those heights, unfortunately. I will give a shout out to who I didn't know was doing this film until I saw the credits, which was Hoyt van Hoytema, which that was a surprise to me. I had no clue that he was a cinematographer for the movie. I was like, whoa. That's cool. But then I realized they really stuck to the IMAX on this, which even then, honestly, I don't really know if this is worth IMAX, but it would look good. It looked good. Like again, like that bloodbath on the
bloodbath
house
is
scene.
Cool. When he's on the horse and it's chasing him, it's cool.
Yeah, good shots.
There's some good moments of cinematography and like again, there's just moments that you want more of that are just never fulfilled.
No, they're just never fulfilled.
And the moments with the characters just never come fully together.
No. And it's again, it's quite a shock to me because of, again, I think Jordan Peele does a pretty good job with his writing. And I think even though Get Out didn't get there, like I still thought there was thought put into what he wanted to do at the end of it. Like it was very layered, but this was surprisingly shallow. I was like, what the fuck? Like, this is where he went, bro? Like, this is all you could think of? Like, that was not enough. The whole UFO is an animal. That was not enough. I was like, I thought you had something more interesting than that. So
I didn't like that.
It didn't.
Like,
that didn't stick.
The
more you think about it, the more I was like,
it's a fucking kaiju. What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Like, where does it come from? It's like it was almost like Cloverfieldy. I was like,
oh my gosh, it is Cloverfieldy. All right.
But even Cloverfield, they had an eventual explanation for it, which was much more interesting.
Right. I agree.
Yeah. That's anyways. Okay. That seems to where we could end. Nope. That's our review of Nope. And let's move on then, shall we, to this one I'm more excited to talk about because I actually don't know where you might go with this. Nope, I figured I think we could understand each other on that. But this one I'm more interested to hear what your take is, and that is Netflix's The Gray Man, which came out earlier this week. Again, it is the action thriller directed by the Russo Brothers. It is the first film they come back to direct after Cherry, which was that Tom Holland movie drama. Not great.
No, that was not a great.
and since Endgame, they've been largely been producing a lot of films, particularly on Netflix. Honestly,
yeah.
And but so this is really the first movie they're coming back with that's in the action genre, and it's in the vein of the Bourne movies. It's this really good CIA spy, and he finds out something that is not good about who he works for. They send someone after him, and he's on the chase, and he's on the run. He's on the run, and in the middle of it, incredible action sequences ensue, and it's basically your by the books a spy thriller action film. That being said, here I'm about to give my review on this.
Okay.
I thought this movie, I was fully expecting this movie was going to be absolute ass. Yeah. I saw some of the clips on YouTube. Did not tickle my fancy. I was like, this looks like a goddamn Netflix movie if I ever saw one. And I was not excited. I was ready to give it a 1-star review, to be honest. I gotta tell you, man. It 180'd me pretty fast. I was like, it's not amazing, but it's pretty good. By the end of the movie, I was like, I enjoyed that. That was actually pretty good, considering It's a Netflix film. I want to preface that. I think it's actually a solid action film. Netflix action film.
Yeah.
I ended up enjoying the performances. I think the action is actually really good. I thought the fight scenes were well shot. I understood what was happening in them. I love the drone shots. I thought that was some of the best usage of drones footage in action that I've seen. And I've seen what is it called? Ambulance. Jesus Christ! Like even there, I thought the drone footage was just overbearing, and I couldn't stand it. But I thought they did pretty well, and I laughed a few times. I thought the action was good, and it had a little heart. What can I say? And you had some top actors here. You got fucking. I didn't even know Billy Bob Thornton was in this.
Yeah,
I didn't know he was in this. I was like, holy shit!
Kicks
Billy
off the
Bob
movie.
Thornton.
Yeah.
What? That's cool. Like, I dig it. And then you got this fucking Indian dude who apparently is huge. He did a good job. I don't know him, but I'm ready to watch his fucking movies.
Give that man a Marvel film today.
Right?
Yeah. Are you shitting me? That guy's cool as hell. Yeah.
He was cool as shit.
Yeah.
I was like, that's dope. And I
Yeah.
thought they handled Ana de Armas's character really well. Oh, and you had, what's that bitch's name? I don't want to say, sorry. I get excited and I start cursing. She's awesome though. What's her name? The black girl. The old black lady.
Oh, fuck. I
What's
don't
her
know.
name?
I don't know her name.
She's not old. I'm so sorry. I'm excited. I'm actually trying to be really positive here.
Shoot.
What's her Alfred Woodward?
Oh, that's it. Yeah. Wood.
Is it Alfred?
Alfie.
Alfie Woodward. There we go.
Yeah.
Again, I don't know what else to say. Like great cast. I'm actually kind of seeing where the money from Netflix is actually going to.
Yeah.
That 200 million, by the way, that it's going to the fucking cast because that's insane. Anyways, I don't know. I liked it. I actually ended up really liking it. I would be down for a sequel. Now, Alex, hit me with your review. Tell me if I'm fucking wrong. Tell me this is a Dark Phoenix moment, or maybe you agree with me.
I wish I could tell you were wrong, but I watched this last night and I loved it. I thought it was fantastic.
Yes.
Again, I think we get caught up in everything being so good and so well done. This is a good, fun spy movie. It's not, again, something I love about this movie over like something like Jason Bourne, this movie is easy to follow. We're not like trying to figure out what the fuck is Jason Bourne? What is he? Was he born to be this? Is that why his name is Bourne? I don't understand anymore. But yeah, no, to me, I loved this movie. I thought it was fun. Ryan Gosling. He reminded me of how he played the guy, the private investigator in The Nice Guys. Remember that movie? The Nice Guys, fantastic
I love
movie
Nice Guys.
that nobody saw. Nobody saw The Nice Guys. That's
Extremely
a fantastic
underrated.
film. He reminded me of that. Had that like kind of same sort of sarcastic, like
nonchalant, sarcastic,
and then like
why am I doing this?
Dying laughter every time he gets beat up in these movies.
He gets fucked up.
And he gets stabbed. Every time he gets stabbed, he literally goes,
yes, dude. One of my biggest laughs is when he what's his face? Chris Evans plays Lloyd Hansen. Lloyd freaking sprays him with the thing with the pepper spray, and he goes, "Oh, come on, man."
Yeah,
that made me die. He's so good at delivering that shit.
Yeah, he's like so good at just like being this like, I'm so sick of this fucking job. Are you serious
I'm so
right
done.
now?
Yeah,
he was great, dude. The best line in the movie where I like had to pause it because I was choking of laughter when he talks. Chris Evans is walking into the house and he's talking to the girl, and he goes, "I liked your other haircut better. Made you less of a bitch." I fell off the couch. I was laughing so hard.
Oh my god, I couldn't agree with you more. I was dying laughing at that comment. I was like, oh my god, that's so good.
Evans is having a blast being this ridiculous Lloyd character.
So dumb.
I do disagree. I don't like the drone shots. I don't like the drone shots in anything
you don't
yet.
like them?
I still don't like them. I just don't want to see them. I don't know if we're there yet. I don't know. It takes me out of the movie.
I don't disagree with you in that sense. I get it. I particularly there's some moments where when it's like super smooth, I'm like, that looks beautiful. But you can definitely tell that there's like the wobble.
Yeah.
There's like a little bit of the wobble still.
Yeah.
I get that. I totally get that. Here's why I give it a pass though, is because I know I know that's a limitation. I get it. I've flown drones myself, not like that, but like I get it. Like I'm trying to get like a good shot of the fucking Santa Monica Pier, and I nudge it a little to the left. I'm like, oh fuck, I gotta do it again. Like I get it, and to go that fast, I get it. That being said, I think it does a good job of showing like where that technology is gonna go. Like there's some moments where I'm like, holy shit, that's a crazy maneuver. Like there's that one shot at the hospital where they're about to leave, like the guy's escaping, and it does it flies through one end, makes a U-ey.
In
fucking,
traffic,
like, cars coming out, and I'm like, that's awesome. Like, that's cool.
I can give you that.
Yeah, there's moments where I'm like, okay, wonky, but it's only gonna get better. It's only gonna get better. And what's crazy is that, like, remember, they used those sweeping shots. Most of the time, they could only do that in CGI. And or like in the beginning with the fight, there's some shots where it's just like kind of going towards them. Yeah. And typically you have to do that in CGI. Just to know that was done practically, I mean, like, that's pretty cool. Anyways, I think it does the best usage of drone shots so far, and I love that. I apprecited the effort.
I fully plan on rewatching this film because I did enjoy it that much.
I will too. I
slept on it. And I was like, maybe I'm crazy. But I was like, damn, no, I really liked that movie. That was really fucking fun and good. Go ahead.
No. Well, I just wanted to ask you, like, when I texted you, what did you think? What did you think that I was? So I texted Alex after, like, basically halfway, if not more than halfway through the film, like, are you watching Gray Man? Mostly because I was insinuating that, like, he needed to, because for me, I was like, you need to watch this because I actually think it's good. But I didn't say anything. I was wondering, what were you thinking when I said that text?
I actually thought you were like, you need to watch it because you're gonna get a good laugh because it's absolute trash. Right. Because again, everything we've seen, the review, it's at 49%. Like this is like,
fuck me, I knew it. I mean, like, I haven't checked the score actually.
It's pretty bad. Like some of these are really bad. The whole movie is they said they're trying to replace James Bond, but in order that to happen, go see this first because this is terrible. Like they're pretty harsh.
What motherfucker said it was trying to replace James Bond? Have you seen a James Bond movie?
I don't know.
Does this look or sound or feel like a goddamn James Bond movie, bro?
To be fair, there is a lot of people that are really hit it for the amount of gun violence in it. It is aggressive. Like there's a lot of people that really kind of like.
Oh yeah, you're right. This movie does have a lot more gun violence than like most other movies, like John Wick. Yeah, you're right. Where he's shooting people in the head, and killing people with pencils. Yeah, you're right. What the fuck are you talking about, dude? What are you talking about?
That's what people. Hey, reviewers are gonna go based on what outside world is doing like that, and they're gonna do it like that. Anyway, it doesn't matter what they say. What matters is what we say.
It's the school shooting shit. I don't know. I already know what the fuck they're talking about.
This is it's a fun movie. And again,
it's a fun movie, dude.
I said this when Top Gun Maverick came out, and I've said it a couple other times, but there is nothing wrong every now and then with a big, dumb action movie. And that's something we've lost this decade. I don't want to say this decade. Maybe, I guess the decade just started, right? So I can't say this decade. These last 5 years, Marvel films have taken so much over, right? And they're good and they make you think and they challenge everything and all that, good jazz, and there's been other great movies in that time. And even James Bond started kind of dialing back the action, working up other things. But we've lost the ability to have this big, dumb action movie. Like the 90s were filled with these types of movies. This is like True Lies of 2022. That's what this movie would be. Point. It spans the globe. It does ridiculous things. You have funny ass over the top characters. Chris Evans is having a fucking blast. He's hilarious.
They all are.
Yeah.
They all are having
Ryan
a good
Gosling's
time.
put Ryan Gosling in a fucking Marvel movie, man. That dude can.
I literally had that thought. Watching. I'm like, how the fuck has Ryan Gosling not been in Marvel yet?
Right. Or DC.
What the fuck?
He was attached to a Green Arrow movie for a long time, and it just never happened. I think because the show was so popular. Yeah, well, if it was the DCEU, you want to stay the fuck away from that right now. But
you do.
It was a fun movie, man. At the end of the day, that's okay. It might be the best Netflix action film they've ever made.
You stole the words right out of my mouth. That's exactly what I said right after the movie. I said this is probably the best Netflix action film ever made, for sure.
This is
100%.
way better, light years better than what's the one with The Rock and Ryan Reynolds from last year? Money Heist. No, that's not it.
I don't even know what you're talking about.
Red
Notice? No, that's not what you're talking about.
Yes, The Rock and Ryan Reynolds. Yes.
Oh, I thought you said Kevin Hart. I'm sorry.
I said I don't know if I heard Ryan Reynolds. What did you hear Kevin Hart?
I don't know. I thought Kevin Hart. I don't know because they're obviously a pea in a pod.
Red Notice.
Sorry, you're right.
This
Red
is
Notice,
miles above that.
Yes.
Yes. I will say there was one scene that really fucking bugged me, and it wouldn't have bugged me if Tom Cruise wasn't a thing. But the parachute scene when the plane comes apart.
Oh yeah, sure.
All CGI, and I'm just like, if fucking I literally had a sigh because Tom Cruise ruins things. You know, anytime someone's on a motorcycle now, you can be like, oh, he's not on the motorcycle. Anytime.
Oh my God, I would totally watch a show called Tom Cruise Ruins Things, and it's because he's so fucking good at them that he ruins it for
That's
for
a video
else.
essay we should do. Tom Cruise ruins things.
That's fucking awesome. Yeah,
motorcycle scenes are ruined because of Tom Cruise. Parachute scenes are now ruined because of Tom Cruise. Take your fucking pick, man. When he's on top of the train, that's ruined. I'm sure when Dead Reckoning comes out, because we're gonna see that, I'll be like, well, fuck. I guess he wasn't really on the top of a train, was he?
No. Yeah, I agree. I don't hate that scene. I mean, once you realize that it's all gonna be CGI, it's actually a pretty well choreographed scene. But I agree. I mean, it divulges straight into CGI madness, and but it's thrilling. I like it. Like it's a good scene.
This was a fun movie. Like this is the type of movie I want on Netflix more often. This is fun.
Absolutely.
And
well done.
I'm shocked I liked it so much.
Me too. I thought it was ass. I thought it was gonna be ass, but it's actually really well made. And I'm telling you, it's like part of it was the look of the film. Again, when you know this movie is made for $200 million, which is the exact price that a Marvel movie is made for. Okay. Yeah. This is no joke. This movie should look and breathe and feel like a theater movie. And when you look at the clips and the trailers, you go, what the fuck? What? It looks like that. And granted, it doesn't in some scenes, like the hospital scene, it's not like it looks that much better when you watch it. That being said, the when you string it out, when you actually see the scene play out, it's a really well put together scene. Does it look amazing? No. But that's because now I'm seeing where the money goes. $200 million, half of that goddamn budget went to the cast.
And
half of that budget went to the cast.
Chemistry worked well. Anna de Armas is great.
Anna de Armas is awesome.
She's always great. I mean,
and really quickly, just because I want to make this point about her, I love the way that they handled her in this film. Again, if we're just quickly to talk about like the whole feminism and like she's a woman and she's like in the CIA, she's playing the partner. It doesn't touch on any of that.
No,
she's just his partner.
Yeah,
that's it. She happens to be a girl.
Yeah,
she's awesome, and she's just his partner. He tries to help him. She at one point she like doesn't even trust him. Like she's smart. But she gets shit done, and then she ends up just being the partner. She's the partner character. She's nothing more. She's nothing less. She's not this woman, she's just the character. She plays the character that she's supposed to play. Yeah. She happens to be a woman.
And
great. More of that, please.
You're not sitting there thinking, oh man, this woman can't do that. No, you believe her character because she is that character.
She just does it.
Yeah.
She just does it. When she's fucking running at the end, when she's trying to infiltrate and cause a diversion on the castle, she's just fucking bailing and like running and shooting the fucking things. I'm like, that's dope. Like, hell yeah, that's a smart ass character. Yeah, great. Anyways, keep going. I just want to say that about her. She's great.
Yeah, and it had a little bit of heart, like you said. It had a little bit of story. I wasn't expecting that, and it's so sweet that he goes back and gets her, and it's really, really a fun, I would think, well done movie, and the whole cast had great chemistry. Like the scenes with Lloyd and Ryan Reynolds, because again, Lloyd is so over the top and so stupid, And Ryan Reynolds is so subversive and just like, oh, I'm so fucking sick of this shit. I don't want to do this anymore. You're such a dickhead.
Yeah.
But like, it's like, and it works together. Like the challenging things work together. And I really, really enjoyed the film, and I
did too.
Absolutely shocked. I did not think on July 22nd I'd be saying that the better movie to come out this weekend was The Gray Man over Nope. Yeah,
I totally agree with you. Yeah, they're just like, again, they really did put effort into this film. I thought they did a great job. And yeah, the characters are just so good. That action scene in I forget is it Paris, London, wherever they meet the Alfred Woodward character, like that whole action scene on top of the bus. Prague, was it? Oh, Prague. Yeah, and then like that ensues into the chase with the car and the freaking the tram, and it crashes through the building, and he's like running. It's awesome shit. Like that's awesome. Well choreographed. Like it's bonkers. Awesome shit. Yeah, it's awesome. It's just so cool. Like I don't know. It's just well done. Well done. Love it. I don't know what else to say. I hope people watch this more.
The Russos can direct. I was a little hesitant on. I was like, man, I thought the Russos are only good at Marvel,
ponies, maybe.
But maybe they heard me talking shit, and they're like, "Bitch, Alex, watch this. Watch this, Alex."
Pastrana said it again. We got to make the Gray Man.
Yeah, we heard him. We heard him, motherfucker.
Yeah,
set him straight.
It brings a lot of happiness to me to know that they're not just MCU one trick ponies. They are really good directors, and I hope they get. I hope they do another. Give them another franchise to do. It's actually kind of baffling to me that they went from Endgame and then didn't do another big movie franchise, like take over fucking like Fast X or something. I don't know, whatever it is.
Oh, maybe they'll do that.
But after seeing this, I'd be like, give them a Fast movie. Yeah, they could do it. They could totally do it.
Absolutely,
they could totally
do it. Spectacular. I'm still on the train. I still want Michael Bay to do the last Flash movie. I'm
glad that you actually. I would second you on that. And speaking of Michael Bay, I actually by the end of the movie, I was thinking, this is actually a good Michael Bay movie. Like it is a outlandish, loud movie that I would imagine this is what Michael Bay would want to make, because it actually has some brains and some heart. Mixed in with all the bullshit, and it does great. But and so I would describe it that it's like actually a good Michael Bay movie. Yeah, absolutely. Or a Peter Berg movie. So that's a fantastic point, man. It goes into a top tier Michael Bay action movie. When Michael Bay's on, he's on, and you don't regret it. You enjoy the hell out of the movie. Exactly. I agree. Yeah. And you know what? Here's the saving grace, though, is that The Gray Man currently has 90% on the audience score. Yeah. Only 100 reviews.
Love it.
But at least the audiences love this. Let me see. I mean, we love this. I don't know what else to say. I don't know anything else besides we loved it.
I would give it 4 out of 5 slices.
Go watch it. I feel like this is a little bit akin to what's that movie that we thought was going to suck too last year? The Tomorrow War.
The Tomorrow War,
which again, what I still think is underrated. Like a lot of people, I don't know if people really appreciate that movie as much as it should. And this is the case, I think, this year with this movie.
They don't.
People should be appreciating these movies more. It's
okay to have a big, dumb action blockbuster.
Yeah,
to just blow money and blow shit up. It's okay, especially when you have charismatic leads like Chris Evans, like Ryan Gosling, and if it's Tomorrow War, like Chris Pratt, like they can lead a movie and you just enjoy it. You turn your brain off. This is fun. I like it. I
agree. Yeah, I agree. So we give all our slices to The Gray Man this week. Yep. Not so much for Nope, unfortunately.
No.
Sorry, Nope. But yeah, those are our reviews. 2 movie reviews this week. We hope you enjoyed them. Whether we told you not to watch it or not, we still think that you should be part of the conversation.
Support the movie theater.
Go support the movie theater, and Netflix, because they God knows they need help too. Watch The Gray Man. It's one of the only Netflix films that I'm like, you should watch this movie, right? Instead of all the other bullshit they put out.
Get on it.
So get on it and have a good time. And that's it. That's it for me. Alex, anything else?
That's it. We're good.
All right, man. Thank you, everybody, yet again, and then we'll see you at the next episode.
Thanks, Cal.
Bye.